prayer. Namaskar to everyone. Which shloka we have to go to?
27th, Gurugule.
27. Yatasya dhruva mrityu over.
We have to do that, Gurugule.
Yeah. We go to the next shloka, 27th one. In chapter 2, if somebody has joined newly, I am giving the number. Chapter 2, shloka number 27. Jatasya hi dhruva mrityu dhruvam janma mrityasya cha. Very interesting statement by Krishna. And what we can see, but we don't realize the beauty of it. Whatever is born ought to die. So when a plant is born, it ought to die after some times. Even the trees that are there, which seems to be which are people say that they have been living for 4,000 years or so, a day will come then when they will have to go. They will also die. But we see them as one of the oldest trees in the world and so on. Everything that is born is to be dead one day or the other. Jatasya dhruvam. Beautiful statement. Say, for example, a child is born. We do not know what his future will be, how much what job will suit him, where does he get his job, how does he do it. Nothing is known. What is very certain is what has born will close one day or the other. Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityu. Krishna doesn't end the statement with the dhruvam janma mrityasya cha. Whatever dies will be born again. Dhruvam janma mrityasya cha. One wonderful statement. Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityu dhruvam janma mrityasya cha. Underline the entire thing. Whatever is born will die one day. Whatever is dead now will be born once again. Jatasya dhruvo mrityu dhruvam janma mrityasya cha. Tasmat aparihadyarte. You cannot do anything with it. It cannot be solved. It's the nature of things that are born, the nature of things in this universe. What you cannot cure must be endured. There is an old statement like that. Here also, when you can't do anything with it, why are you worried about it, Arjuna? Remember, Krishna doesn't forget Arjuna, doesn't forget he is asking him to continue the war, not to stop there. Anattum shochitam arasi. Not to be worried at all. This is one great thing that worries us a lot of people. Some parents lose their children very young, say for example. You don't see that child was in your house for such long time, but you will see that it is not there with you after this and you begin to weep. Krishna says, don't worry, that was all that you had and he will be born in his next life somewhere else. He finished his present work in your house as the child of the parents. Jatasya dhruvam mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmad apariharyarte. That which cannot be solved. That which cannot be given a solution. Natvam shochitamurasi. Not to worry about that which you cannot have a solution to. That's the nature. Accept the nature and go ahead. Accept the nature and go ahead. A beautiful shloka to be underlined and realized in life. These are the shlokas which awaken us to certain realities of this world which we generally miss to see. We take for granted everything must go as I like. This world isn't like that. You have to see many things that come which you do not expect. And surprisingly, good things also come like that. Bad also come like that. Face them both. That's what Krishna says. I think we can repeat. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu. Kumar, yeah, you are right.
Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu
Dhruvam janma mritasya cha.
ध्रुवं जन्ममृतस्य च
तस्माद् अपरिहार्येऽर्थे
तस्मादपरिहार्येऽर्थे
न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि
न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि
जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युः
जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युः
ध्रुवं जन्ममृतस्य च
ध्रुवं जन्ममृतस्य च
तस्माद् अपरिहार्येऽर्थे
तस्मादपरिहार्येऽर्थे
न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि.
न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि.
There is a beautiful thing which we can observe. Where were we before we were born? Really do not know whether we were. If we were, where were we? If we were, what were we? Nothing is known. And where will we go after this life? Again, nothing is known. What is known is the present that we are living now. Avyakta bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata. Before I was born, I was avyakta. Avyakta means manifest. Manifest is vyakta, unmanifest is avyakta. Avyaktadini bhutani, all things, all the 81 we are sitting here, we were avyakta before we were born. One fine morning, we came out to this world and we became vyakta. What would happen when we leave the body? Again, we are going to be avyakta. Avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata. All living beings, including plants and creatures and living, everything this holds good. They were unseen before their death. They are there now, only that we can see now. A time will come when they will not be there. So, avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata. In the middle we are seen, somewhere here. After some time, we will never know what happened to the man or woman who leaves the body. Whether he goes to Sarga, whether he goes to Naraka, whether he gets moksha or doesn't get moksha, nothing is known. He is not here, that's all we know. What we know is, we are missing him. Avyaktadini bhutan. Before we came here, we were not manifest. We could not be seen. Vyakta madhyani bharata. In the middle we are there. Avyakta nidananyeva. The Bhagavad Gita is that simple. Just we have to draw the attention of the learners for some of the words here, though it is in Sanskrit. After death, nidananyeva, after the death, again they become unmanifest. What beauty it is. We did not know where we were. We won't know where we will go. So, but we are manifest now. Extended the truth, avyaktadini bhutani, not only to me, all living beings, whether it is plant or human beings or creatures or animals or whatever it is, or even the universe. It was avyakta before it manifests. And it is manifest now, say. What would happen in a few years or a few millions of years? Again, it will become avyakta. So that is the nature of the law of nature. Avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata. All jivas were not seen before they were born, won't be seen when they leave their body. Avyakta nidananyeva. Second line, first word. After the nidana, that is the word which we generally use in all languages, no, should not be any problem for any of the learner here. Avyakta nidananyeva tatraka paridevana. Why do you worry about that? Tatraka paridevana means, why are you worrying about however much we live, the dead won't come, you see. Therefore, what is best is done. You have done your duty. You have received your share of love, and all things are over. Continue your journey. The last are last. Gatasuna gatasuna nanushotanti pandita. He said to us earlier, Jnanis will not think about the unborn or the dead. What do? They live in the present. They do their duty in the present. Whatever is to be done will be done by them. Avyaktadi bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata. All living beings were unmanifest in the beginning, manifest in the middle, again unmanifest after death. Tatraka paridevana. Why are you worried about it, Arjuna? Why do you grieve for that? So that's the nature. Take it as it comes. Another beautiful shloka in Bhagavad Gita. Let us recite. Avyakta dini bhutani
अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि
vyaktamadhyani bharata
व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत
avyakta nidananyeva
अव्यक्तनिधनान्येव
tatra ka paridevana
तत्र का परिदेवना
avyakta dini bhutani
अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि
vyaktamadhyani bharata
व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत
avyakta nidananyeva
अव्यक्तनिधनान्येव
tatra ka paridevana.
तत्र का परिदेवना.
In this shloka, Bharata is the word used to Arjuna by Krishna. Bharata. That is Krishna, Arjuna. And here is an interesting thing. We try to know about that which is there and that which will not be there, etc., etc. What will happen to our position? He clearly says, Ascharyavat pasyati kaschidenam. Some person sees this as a wonder. What is this happening here? They come, they go, they come, they go. See, we don't see. What is this? Ascharyavat pasyati, sees. Pasyati means sees. Some people see it as a wonder. What is this life? It comes, yes, it is there, and disappears. It's not there. Pasyati kaschidena ascharyavat vadati tataiva chanya. Second time. Another man expresses as a wonder. Vadati. He says, oh, what a wonder it is. Some sees it as a wonder. Some explains it as a wonder. Some explains it as a wonder. Ascharya vadati tataiva chanyaha. And the listener, ascharya vachayana manya shrunoti. I generally say one general thing. Supposing we go to a lecture on Bhagavad Gita by a great seer, nothing wrong there. But you will be surprised at the knowledge that he has got. What a knowledge, what an explanation. Where did he get this? How does he bring it from these different Puranas of ours and so on? And he listens as an Ascharya. Ascharya vachayana manya shrunoti. He listens as a wonder. Sits there, wonders what is going on here. Shrutva penam veda nayutaiva kasitu. Even after hearing about this, one does not understand it at all. It is something that can't be understood with our mind, but it should be realized. That's it. Last one, Shrutva penam veda nachaiva kasitu. Even after hearing, people do not know what it is. What the beauty of living beings, their appearance and their disappearance, they are only surprised. Ascharyavat pasyati kaschidenam. Somebody looks at it as a wonder. The living beings being born and being dead, etc., as a wonder. Ascharyavat vadati tataiva chanyaha. Another man is a great speaker. He vadati means says, speaks it as ascharya. What a wonder it is. Ascharya vadati tataiva chanyaha. And we listeners, we listen to such people and we feel happy. Ascharya vachayana manya shrunoti. Another hears it as a wonder. Shrutva penam veda nachaiva kasitu. Even after hearing about this, one does not understand what it is at all. So that is the nature of the Atman, or self, or the life as such on earth, or in the universe. That's the final explanation which Krishna gives Arjuna in the world field. So about these Atman, their births, their deaths, and so on. How we look at them as a wonder. Somebody looks at it as a wonder. Somebody looks at it, explains it as a wonder. Somebody listens everything with great wonder. What a beautiful talk he gave. But ultimately, none of them understand it fully. Shrutvapenam Veda Nachayate. Somebody doesn't even understand even after listening. That is also one meaning for the last one. Shrutvapenam Veda Nachayate. Veda means no. Even after listening, one may not be able to know it at all. That is the wonder of this Atma. It is such a wonderful thing. He explains again. I think we can repeat. Ascharyavat paschati kaschidenam.
आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम्
Ascharyavat vadati tataiva chanyaha.
आश्चर्यवद् वदति तथैव चान्यः
Ascharyavat namanya shrunoti.
आश्चर्यवच्चैनमन्यः शृणोति
Krutva penam veda nachaiva kaschit.
श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित्
Ascharyavat paschati kaschidenam.
आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम्
Ascharyavat vadati tataiva chanyaha.
आश्चर्यवद्वदति तथैव चान्यः
Ascharyavat namanya shrunoti.
आश्चर्यवच्चैनमन्यः शृणोति
Krutva penam veda nachaiva kaschit.
त्वाप्येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित्.
This is exactly the reason why we have different philosophies about our Atma, Brahma, and so on. They have their own understanding, their own way of telling. Really, what it is ultimately to be realized in meditation, which he says later. We will come to that. But we are trying to say something using our intelligence, but can't be grasped. I told you, yata vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha. Here is a truth. Our words and mind cannot reach up to there. Only we have to feel that and experience that. Only then he knows. So that's the beauty of this world. He explains to Arjuna. And then he continues again. Last one about the Atman. We have been listening about it for a long time. Dehi nityam avadyoyam dehe sarvasya bharata. Again, you can underline. In all of us, there is something that is permanent. Dehi nityam avadya. Vadya means killable. That will go. Avadya means that won't die. Human beings appear, disappear, as the bubbles in a waterfall. We are now in appearance. After some time, we disappear, but that doesn't mean there won't be any bubbles. Some other bubbles come. So, Dehi Nityam Avadyohem. Dehi means the inner core of our living being, the Atman, not the self as expressed in other languages. That will be different one. Atman, Dehi, Avadyoyam. Unkillable. That can't be killed. Dehe Sarvasya Bharata. I told you in the very beginning, we are the combination of the permanent and the temporary. The permanent is Atman in each one of us. You are the expression of same consciousness as any other person, animal, universe, and so on. It is expressing itself in the form of you, me, and every one of us which we see around. Dehi nityam amodyoyam. That which is there The permanent which is there in each one of us is avadya, that can't be killed. Dehe sarvasya bharata. In all the living beings, it can't be killed. Tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam shochitum arasi. Final judgment. Therefore, Arjuna, don't be worried about all the living beings. It's only a change, a perfect change. We don't see as it was now, supposing after a tsunami, supposing after a war, as in the case of Mahabharata, there is going to be big changes after this war, insofar as numbers are concerned. After some years, everything, all that who were not participants in the war also have to die, saying things will change and settle in a different way. Dehi nityam avadyoyam dehe sarvasya bharata. Interesting sentence. The Atman, Dehi is Atman, Nityam. Nityam is permanent, eternal, Sanatana. Dehi Nityam, Avadyoyam. This can't be killed at all. Avadya can't be killed at all. Dehe Sarvasya Bharata, not in one body or the other body, not in the body of Krishna, not in the body of Arjuna. It is in all living beings the same thing. Avadyoyam Dehe Sarvasya Bharata. In all living beings it can't be killed. And therefore what? After telling the first sentence, Dehi Nityam Avadyoyam Dehe Sarvasya Bharata, he tells Arjuna, Tasmat Sarvani Bhutani Natvam Shochitum Arasi. Therefore you should not worry about any of the living beings for that matter. If it disappears, take for granted, it will appear in somewhere. Nothing your worry will make any change for that. It will take its own new form and will be born in some new place. That is the concept of all Indian philosophies, as I said to you earlier, whether Hinduism, Buddhism, or Jainism, there is the concept of rebirth. If we don't take rebirth as an essential thing, we will not be able to solve the problem of the world at all. Rebirth gives us an assurance. The man who leaves the body will not once for all go. He will go to his new body once again in some other place and find a new life. Only we miss it for some time. And that's the beautiful thing said. Tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam. Underline that shloka, entire shloka. The last advice about Atman and how Arjuna must look at it. How we should look at it. How we should look at it. Arjuna is only a nimitta for us. He is only a reason for Krishna to tell Bhagavad Gita to me and you, and therefore he is nimitta. So that with that shloka, that is shloka number 30, we come to the end of his explanation about Atman, which is permanent, eternal, it manifests, it unmanifests, it is there, it is an expression of, and the entire universe is an expression of that one. Some people see it as an wonder, some people explain it as an wonder, but even then, neither the explainer nor the listener know it fully well. That's the beauty of this Atman, which is there everywhere. So that is the end of this Atman explanation by Krishna to Arjuna. Therefore, he finally consoles him. Tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam shochitum arasi. Not only Bhishma, Drona or other Kauravas, for all living beings, you are not expected to worry. Tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam shochitum arasi. Not to grieve at all. You are a king, your duty is to establish dharma. Do that. Don't worry. This being the truth, you will not be killing anybody. That is the ultimate statement by Krishna to Arjuna about the self. I think we can repeat. You have underlined it. Dehi nityam avadyoyam.
Dehi nityam avadhyoyam.
Dehe sarvasya bharata.
Dehe sarvasya bharata.
Tasmat sarvani bhutani.
Tasmat sarvani bhutani.
Natvam shochitum arhasi.
Natvam shochitum arhasi.
Dehi nityam avadyoyam.
Dehi nityam avadhyoyam.
Dehe sarvasya bharata.
Dehe sarvasya bharata.
Tasmat sarvani bhutani.
Tasmat sarvani bhutani.
Natvam shochitam arhasi.
Natvam shochitum arhasi.
Now you can make a mark from which shloka Krishna began speaking about the Atman. It closes at 30. When did he begin? You can know. I think you have already taken it. I have already asked you to underline that one. Jatasya hi dhruva mrityu, from where I think it started there. Anatyevaham jatunasam. It starts from very early stages. It is there from on 11th and so on. Yeah. Krishna began only speaking about the Atman from the beginning of this chapter. That is from 11th shloka. Until 30th, he explains about the Atman, not to worry about the dead, go with the living. And then, Swadharmamapi chavekshan avikampitum. Another subject Krishna has come to explain his duty to Arjuna. Swadharma, underline that one. We are all born to do certain job of our own in this world. That job which we can do with all happiness is our Swadharma. Swadharma does not mean Hindu Dharma, Christian Dharma, Muslim Dharma, nothing to do with that. Aptitude. Arjuna is a born Kshatriya. Kshatra is his Swadharma. Being a king, his dharma is to save the poor and the needy, give justice to all. For Arjuna, Swadharma means maintenance of the law and order of the society. And we also have a Swadharma. How do we find Swadharma of ours, sir? That work which you can do in a way timelessly. You don't feel the time is going on, but you can do it that happily. That's your Swadharma. That is your aptitude. You sit there, begin your work, and then you do not even know it is time to close your work for the day. That's your Swadharma. You love it. Any work may be a Swadharma of anybody for that matter. For a housemaker, all keeping of the house itself is Swadharma for her. Maintaining her house, preparing the food, serving it to the people. If she loves the job, the entire Grihini is a great lady. If she thinks my friends are all in good jobs, they have been drawing a very big salary and so on, I am left here as a housewife, not earning anything, I have to ask my husband, such things come, that is not her Swadharma. If you love your job that you have been doing, that is definitely your Swadharma. Applying it to the class, if the class interests you, sitting here will be your Swadharma. If you painfully come here, you have to go for Bhagavad Gita classes, what is this, etc., go out. That's not your Swadharma. Don't worry about it. What a beautiful thing. Swadharmamapi chavekshan avikampitum arhasi. Even after looking at your Swadharma, you are not to waver. You are not to shake. You are not to be worried. Dharmadi yuddha kshatriyasya navidyate. Another wonderful statement by Krishna to Arjuna. Supposing there is a army man, a soldier, a great soldier, where can he show his ability to the world? When a war is there for him to face in front of him. And we honor such heroes. Supposing he fights against the enemy and kills 100 of them. We don't say it is Papa to him. We honor him with great certificates. Padma Bhushana, Vibhushana, so on. We have many of them to be given to them. So, unless supposing a man has joined the military, in his lifetime he never got an occasion to go to the warfield. And there are many wonderful facilities are given in the military. They will get the drinks at a very low rate. They will get all things at a very low rate without any taxes. Enjoyed life, ate well. One day died. Is the man happy? No. Only when there is a challenge you can show your worth. Looking at the Swadharma, you are not to get disturbed. Dharmadi yujyatrayo anyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. That too, a yuddha, a war, to re-establish dharma. A war to re-establish dharma. Nothing greater than this can be had by a kshatriya. I was told of a man who was posted to a Naxal area in an election arrangement. When the name was told, the constable who was to go and get to the bus which was going to the Naxal area, he ran away with his gun to the other side, instead of running, because he thought he may be killed in the Naxal belt. What Kshatriya is he? A Kshatriya is one who faces, ready to kill or get killed for the sake of dharma, not adharma. Swadharma api chaveksha. Looking at your swadharma, that is a Kshatriya, your swadharma is to protect dharma. You are not to waver. You are not to shake. You are not to worry. Dharmyadi yuddhachreyo anyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. For a kshatriya, a yuddha that has come like that cannot be anything greater than that in his life. What an opportunity to show his worth. And if he lives, he will be honored. If he dies, he will be honored again for times immemorial. Therefore, not to worry. Swadharmam api chaveksha navikampitam. Looking at your swadharma, you are not to waver, not to worry. Dharmadi yuddha shreya. Shreya means a better one. Anyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. For a kshatriya, there is nothing better than a yuddha, war, where he can re-establish dharma. This is better, I think, simpler. In a life of a kshatriya, if he gets a situation where he can fight to establish dharma, is the greatest thing that he can get in his life. Therefore, you have to do your swadharma. Even from swadharma point of view, the duty of your profession, again, you need not waver, you need not worry. Look how beautifully every aspect is taken. This is actually not a philosophy once again. From this shloka till I ask you to close the bracket. Swadharmopi chavekya you put in bracket. I will ask you when it closes. Now to put the bracket again. I think we can repeat it. Swadharmamapi chaveksha
स्वधर्ममपि चावेक्ष्य
navikampitum
न विकम्पितुमर्हसि
dharmyadhi yuddha shreyot
धर्माद्धियुद्धश्रेयोन्
anyat kshatriyasya na vidyate.
अन्यत् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते.
That one, it is split like this. Anya dharmadi yuddha shreyaha, and then there is a yes there. Then we begin with anyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. Next pada, let's repeat. Swadharmamapi chaveksha
स्वधर्ममपि चावेक्ष्य
navikumpetum arhasi
न विकम्पितुमर्हसि
dharmadi yuddha shreyaha
धर्म्याद्धियुद्धश्रेयः
kshatriyasya na vidyate.
क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते.
Telling that it is a great opportunity for a Kshatriya to get a war where he can prove his worth. Krishna tells Arjuna, you are in that position now. You are now exactly in that place. Entire world, as long as the people remember history, they will remember Arjuna, one of the greatest fighters. Yadruchaya chopupannam swargadwaram apavrutam. You never asked for it. It has come accidentally. I told you, in Mahabharata, war was not the first at all. Tried all means to stop the war, Krishna. Ultimately, he even went to Duryodhana to make compromise and get something for them. But Duryodhana was very arrogant. He wanted to kill these 5 and be happy ever after. But that was not dharma. These people had to fight, and therefore the war has come. Yadruchaya chopapannam swargadwaram upavrutam. Look here. It opens the dwara of heaven for you. It opens the dwara of heaven for you, for a Kshatriya. Sukhina Kshatriya Partha Labante Yudhami. Underline that one also, second line. A Kshatriya is really great when he gets such an occasion in his life. Sukhina Kshatriya Partha. Those Kshatriyas are Sukhis, are great, are good, are great. Labante yuddhami drusham. Those who get war like this, Kshatriyas are really blessed. Blessed are the Kshatriyas who get such wonderful war in this very life. If not, as I told you earlier, he joined the military, ate well, drank well, and every day did the exercise, and retirement came back home with retirement benefits. Where was the challenge for him? But Arjuna, a challenge has come. Or if it comes to a Kshatriya, that is the greatest challenge in his life he has to face. This is beautifully, I think there is somebody from Coorg here or in the other batch. In Coorg, the ambition of every parent is that my son must serve in the army. Nowadays, as they have been allowing the girl children also in the army, navy, and air force, their dream is my daughter must serve in the army, navy, and air force. That's the dream of people of Coorg. And in many of the clans, it is like this. Somehow I must get selected in the army, military, air force, or nothing is possible, at least in the police. So that is number one. They get selected. But if they do not get an opportunity to show their worth in the war field, that life is a waste. That's exactly he says. Sukhina Kshatriya Partha Labante Yuddha Midrusham. A Kshatriya gets a war like this, which you have got now, is Sukhi, he says. Sukhi means lucky he is. Sukhina Kshatriya Partha Labante Yuddha Midrusham. That man is lucky who gets a war like this in his life, and you have got it. Fight back. Bhagavad Gita is not to sit at home for a Kshatriya. No, take sannyasa, you will get moksha. No. All works are to go on here. These families and arrangements are all according to Dharma. It is an arrangement of the cosmic nature itself. I will come to that when we go to 6th chapter. I will say what a beauty it is. But here he is saying to Arjuna, unasked for, you have got such a great war which opens the heaven for you. You never expected that it would come, it has come. It is an opener of heaven. It opens heaven for you. And then he says, Sukhina Kshatriya Partha Labante Yuddham Idrisha. What a beautiful statement to awaken a Kshatriya. Sukhina Kshatriya Partha. Those Kshatriyas are really Sukhis, really great. labante yuddhamidrisham. Who get such wonderful war are really great. Therefore, don't grieve, fight back. The ultimate advice is fight back. Cannot run away. I think we can repeat. Yadruchaya chopapannam
Yadrichaya chopapannam
sargadvaramapavrutam
Svargadvaramapavritam
sukina kshatriya partha
Sukinah kshatriyah partha
labante yuddhamidrisham.
Labhante yuddhamidrisham
Yadruchaya chopapannam
Yadrichaya chopapannam
sargadvaramapavrutam
Svargadvaramapavritam
sukina kshatriya partha
Sukhinah kshatriyah partha
labante yuddhamidrisham.
Labhante yuddhamidrisham.
Another interesting shloka which you just completed. You are great. You are the greatest because you have got a wonderful occasion to show your worth. To show your worth as a kshatriya, to do your duty, to do your dharma, to establish dharma in the society. Therefore, don't grieve. And then, atache tumimam dharmam sangramam na karishyasi. How beautifully, step by step, Krishna advises Arjuna. You have to see the beauty of Bhagavad Gita here. Atache tumimam dharmam sangramam. If you refuse to fight, atache tumimam dharmam sangramam na karishyasi. If you decide not to do the war, tata swadharmam kirtincha hitva papama. What would happen if you refuse to fight? You will not be doing your swadharma. Second line, first word. Tataha swadharma kirti. So far, what is the name for Arjuna? The best warrior, the best archer in the world. There is nobody equal to Arjuna in the warfield in using this archery and its techniques. And that will go. So your swadharma will go, your fame will also disappear, and you will get papa. That we all know, sin. You will get sin. In case you do not wish to fight, sangramam na karishyasi, tata swadharmam kirtincha. You will lose your swadharma. You are born to protect dharma, which you don't do. That's number one. First class. Kirti, fame. Your fame will disappear once for all. Nobody will appreciate you as a great man hereafter. What a coward he is, they will think. Fame. And then, papa. Sin also, you will incur a lot of sin. You will gain a lot of sin. Three things Krishna tells Arjuna. You will be not doing your swadharma. You will become unpopular. Your fame will fade. And also you will go to the hell instead of going to the heaven. If you lose the war, nothing would happen. You will go to heaven. And then, so you should not take such decision is the meaning of Krishna's shloka. I think we can say. Atache tvamimam dharmyam
Atha chetvamimam dharmyam
sangramam na karishyasi
Sangramam na karishyasi
tata swadharmam kirtincha
Tatasvadharmam kirtim cha
hitva papamavapsyasi.
Hitva papamavapsyasi
Atache tvamimam dharmyam
Atha chetvamimam dharmyam
sangramam na karishyasi
Sangramam na karishyasi
tata swadharmam kirtincha
Tatasvadharmam kirtim cha
hitva papamavapsyasi.
Hitva papamavapsyasi.
An interesting shloka that we just finished. if you do not follow that dharma and you don't fight, then you will not be doing your swadharma. You will be losing your fame and also you will go to hell. Next. Akirtinchapi bhutani kateshyanti deviyam. This is a personality development training that I always say. How beautifully he influences Arjuna's mind. See, so far you are the world's best. What would happen if you run away from the battlefield? Akirtinchapi bhutani kateshyanti deviyam. We all thought Arjuna was a great hero. He was not a hero. He was a coward that people begin to say about you. So far you are looked at as a very high man. And then you have come so low that they will not consider you as a great man at all. Akirtinchapi bhutani kateshyanti deviyam. People will begin to speak so many evil things about you, infame about you. They will not appreciate your greatness at all hereafter if you don't fight. Next line is a great line in Bhagavad Gita. Some of the awakening lines are there. Sambhavitasya chakirti maranadatirchate. For a man, Sambhavita, that is a man who is great, Akirti is Marana is better than unfame. Better die instead of having such low name. Okay, Swambhavitasya chakirti maranadatirchate. For an honored man, dishonor is surely worse than death. What a beautiful statement. So far he has had the honor of one of the best archer in the world. Suppose you don't fight the war now and say that I don't want to fight, I don't want to kill these our own people and so on and so forth. You don't do it. Then what happens? You will get dishonor. Dishonor for a popular man or a famous man is worse than death. We can see in our politics, nothing is a dishonor. For eating that fodder, a man went to a jail for some years. But even now, he talks as if he is a great improver of the nation. I think you know whom I am referring to. The man who ate a lot of fodder in a scam and then ultimately ended up in jail in punishment. And when they come out, they behave as if they haven't done anything illegal at all. That's not the fame. People still, we have a nature of supporting people even after knowing that they are so low because of our caste system and the other system in this society. That's the tragedy of this society. That's what I feel. Akirtin chapi bhutani kateshyanti deviyam. Against you, people will say so many ill things. So many ill things. Akirti will come to you. More than that, next line is wonderful for anybody for that matter. Sambhavitasya chakirti maranadatirchate. For a respectable man, dishonor is worse than death. Death is better instead of being dishonored like that in this society. Are you ready to do that? That's what he is asking Arjuna. Akirtinchapi bhutani kateshyante deviyam. People will speak so many akirtikara matters about you. He was a coward. He was a coward here. He was a coward there, and so on and so they speak. What's the truth? Sambhavitasya chakirti maranadatirchate. For an honored man, dishonor is worse than death. Better die instead of getting dishonored. That will happen to you if you don't fight the war. Let us repeat. Akirtin chapi bhutani.
Akirtim chapi bhutani.
Kathayishyanti te vyayam.
Kathayishyanti te vyayam.
Sambhavitasya chakirtihi.
संभावितस्य च कीर्तिः
मरणादतिरिच्यते
मरणादतिरिच्यते
अकीर्तिं चापि भूतानि
अकीर्तिं चापि भूतानि
कथयिष्यन्ति ते व्ययाम्
कथयिष्यन्ति ते व्ययाम्
संभावितस्य च कीर्तिः
संभावितस्य च कीर्तिः
मरणादतिरिच्यते.
मरणादतिरिच्यते.
I think we can stop there.